I just want to say a few words, a few comments on this video here put up by Kevin Samuels entitled "Girl Hang Up, He's So Trash, Big Shirley's Burial Plan." And this is just more proof of the dysfunctionality of this so-called black woman and her crazy mind state. She's totally clueless to reality, and she's going to have a big, rude awakening coming to her. I'm talking about the so-called black woman collectively on the whole. Now, those of you sisters that are in the truth, you better thank your lucky stars, man. Actually, you better thank Yahweh Shimmy Shai. You know, it's an old saying, thank your lucky stars. You better thank Yahweh Shimmy Shai, and if Yahweh Shimmy Shai gave you a man, you know, that's in the truth, you thank him as well for knowing this truth, because as you're about to see, man, these other women that are in the world, they are totally gone. Like the scriptures say, let me bring in the scripture here. But she that liveth in pleasure, let's get that. I think it's an appropriate scripture to read. I think it's in 1 Timothy. Bear with me for a minute. It is right here. The book of 1 Timothy, the 5th chapter, the 6th verse. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. What does that mean? Dead from the neck up. Okay, gone. All right, gone. Like it says in Jeremiah 5:23. But this people have revolted. The people it's talking about is the men as well as the women. They have revolted, or they are revolted and gone. Dead while she liveth. Dead from the neck up. Let's take a look at this.
Override. Men build the world that you live in. Okay. Who built that house or apartment you live in? Was it a crew of women? Who designed the metal work? Who put in the floor, the plumbing, the electrical system?
And who's going to build the kingdom of heaven that is coming pursuant to 2 Peter 3:13? Men. Men. Israelite men. Chosen Israelite men. Okay? That's for you women out there. The 144,000 are what? Men. Israelite men. The elect. Chosen men. Let me go on.
The heating. Who put that in? The car you drive. Was that built by a crew of women?
So women are not capable of doing
No, because if it was, it would have fell apart.
none of those. No.
You're not good at it. And we're giving a choice. Excuse me.
See, you women been lied to. Feminism has taught you that you're equal to a man. That is the great lie. That is that same. I just did this video with, you know, the conversation between the serpent, which was Esau, Edom, and Eve. The serpent lied to you. And the quicker you realize that, the better off you'll be. Let's get the divine order. No, women are not equal to men. No way, shape, form, period. Okay? The Bible calls you, and I read that in the last video I did, the Bible calls you the weaker vessel. And weaker in every sense of the word. Okay, this is 1 Corinthians 11. Now, that'll probably take this video down, because like Mark Rudolph said, and he said that years ago, Mark Rudolph was a speaker for men. He said actually we know there's more than 10 commandments. We know there's 613. But Mark Rudolph said there's an 11th commandment. And it goes this way. Thou shalt not speak evil of the woman. Okay, and he's right. He was being facetious and he was being funny. He was being a little comical, but he's true. He's right. Okay? That's a true statement that he made. Thou shalt not speak evil against the woman, because we live in an age of feminism. Anyway, here's the divine order, which once again proves that the man or the woman is not equal to the man, okay? And neither is the man equal to the woman. There's things that the Heavenly Father gave the woman to do that man can't do it. Like such case in point, bear children, okay? But there are things that the Most High gave the man to do that women can't do. Okay, so no, we are not equal. Each one have to know their place. Okay? 1 Corinthians 11:1, beginning at the first verse. Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Yahushua. This is the Apostle Paul speaking to the Israelites in Corinth. Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things, and keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you. Now that's where you get the word order from, ordinance. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Yahushua. So we're not even equal to Yahushua. Okay? Yahushua is over us. He's our head. Okay? We want to be just like Yahushua, as it is written. It's enough that the servant be as his Lord, not be over the Lord. Okay? He's over us. He's the head, not us. As it is written, it's enough that the servant be as his Lord. So we're trying to be as Yahushua, right? But I would have you know that the head of every man is Yahushua. So he's still our head. And the head of the woman is the man. And the head of Yahushua is Yahweh. There you go. So that's the divine order. So no, the woman is not equal to the man. Period. Point blank. End of story. Okay? Let's get back to the video.
Because we're given a choice, because women are free today, right?
Uh-huh.
And you're educated, right?
Uh-huh.
Then why don't we see 51% of the
Educated. I beg to differ. Can't even define the word educated.
construction workers as women? Why don't we see 51% of the engineers as women? Why don't we see 51% of the plumbers,
Facts.
electricians, military, train operators, heavy, dangerous work as women? Because when given an opportunity, women segregate themselves into more comfortable positions. Men do the dangerous work to build society.
Oh yeah, that's a known fact. Women are all about comfort. That's why when the hard times come, it's going to be quite interesting to see how they handle the hard times. I, for one, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I'm just going to have a blast watching these women, these pampered you-know-whats, trying to weather out or sail out the hard times. And you better believe me when I tell you hard times are coming. Hell, the scriptures tell you hard times are coming. Let's get Isaiah 32. I'm telling you, I'm going to have a ball watching them. Okay, just so you know, I just want you to know that out there, you women out there. Isaiah 32 and 9, let's start there. It says, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Again, we just read earlier that a woman who lives in pleasure is dead while she liveth. Very few of these women, very, 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 very few of them know how to ride out hard times. Okay? And even though they talk about they're strong and independent, come on, man, that's the biggest crock of you know what. Okay? If it wasn't for daddy government, then most of them would probably commit suicide, okay? It's daddy government that's giving them the big push off, okay? Anyway, rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail. Like I said, they're getting the vintage from Big Daddy government. Big Daddy government is taking care of them. I mean, it's a known fact that the government, well, again, the same Mark Rudolph made a statement. He said, we live in a gynocracy. We live in a gynocracy. What does the word gynocracy mean? A government of women. Even the men are acting like women, okay? Yeah, the scriptures tell us that the men would become like women. This society, this system caters more to the woman. That's a fact. Facts, okay? So right now they are at ease. But the time of Jacob's trouble is coming. There's going to be a big shift in the paradigm, man. And it's not going to be pleasant. It's going to be very ugly. And that's what I want you women to know out there, okay? Many days, and this is what the scriptures are saying, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. And when you go in the Red Bible, it says, in the precept, it says days above a year. So that's heavy, man. Days above a year. For many days and years, when you look in the Red Bible, in the column of the precepts, it'll say days above a year. So that's a year of turmoil, a year of trouble. Troubles one upon another, like dominoes falling, man. Okay? Man, I'm telling you, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. And indeed they are careless. They don't give a care. As long as Big Daddy government is taking care of them, they don't care about shit. They got their nails done, they got their hair did. You know, they got multiple men running games on multiple men, so they're taken care of. Whenever they want, if they have a little itch, there'll always be some simp running, jumping over firebrands to get to them to soothe their itch. This is the way they've been living for the last, 40 going on 50 years. They have been careless. So now it's time to pay the piper, man. When all hell breaks loose, let's see what they're going to do. And we already know they're the weaker vessel. We already know they won't be able to stand up to the heat that's coming. We know this. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail. That is Big Daddy government. The gathering shall not come. All these programs that the government have created for you women to pamper your lifestyle, to enable your whoredom, all of that's going to go right out the window. Now what you going to do? Because yes, those programs that the government have set up for you enables your whoredom. What is your whoredom? Sleeping from man to man, riding the cock carousel, monkey branching. Hey, the day of reckoning is coming, man. Tremble, let's read the 11th verse. Tremble ye women that at ease. Again, the scriptures got you dead to rights. The scriptures is telling you you're living a careless lifestyle. You're at ease. And it's not good for a person to be at ease too much, because what it does is ruins the mind state. It's good to have tribulation. Okay? It's good to have a little sorrow. As it is written, the heart of the wise, let's get that. That is in Ecclesiastes. The heart of the wise. Okay? I believe that's Ecclesiastes, the 7th chapter. Let's get that. Ecclesiastes, the 7th chapter. All right? Ecclesiastes 7 and 2. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. Right now, these women are in the house of feasting. But a wise man understands it's better to go to the house of mourning. And some of you sisters out there, you understand that, primarily because you've been reared in this truth. Okay, you know about this truth. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. Who's the living? Those that know the truth. Now here's the point. Well, actually, the next two verses make the point. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better. And the average woman wants you to make her laugh. 9 times out of 10, if you can make a woman laugh, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get the coochie. You're going to get the you know what. Okay? Let's get the next verse. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning. There you go. But the heart of fools is in the house of mirth, meaning joy. And that's where the woman is right now. She's in the house of mirth. So a big reality check is coming to her, man. A big reality check, and it's not going to be pretty. Let's keep reading. Tremble ye women that are at ease. The time of Jacob's trouble approaches, with all the hell that's coming with it. Okay? Tremble ye women that are at ease. Be troubled ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. Oh my goodness. They shall lament for the teats. What are the teats? The programs that you get from Big Daddy government that enables you to have your comfortable lifestyle. That enables you, I'm talking to you women out there, not just the so-called black women, all you women. That enables you to run your game of whoredom. Okay? Big government is making sure of that, because big government wants the chaos in society. It goes back to the old motto of the New World Order, ordo ab chaos. If you want order, you got to create chaos. You women are part of the machination of that chaos. Okay? And the phone had to chime on that one twice. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. You're going to, when all those government programs are taken away from you due to whatever the next created crisis, government shutdown, martial law, all that stuff that's coming, you women are going to dream for the days when the government was taking care of you. But now the government is on shutdown mode. We're locked down in New World Order. We're locked down under martial law. That's what's coming. The government ain't going to give a shit about you. There's going to be panic in the streets. There's going to be race wars, race riots. There's going to be an insurrection of the people against the government. You think they're going to care about you? They ain't going to give a shit about you. So now you're out on your own. Now who you going to turn to? Huh? Think about it. Think about it. Let's get back to the video.
All right.
Okay.
That's your place.
That's my place. I should follow my husband. I should follow the man.
And when those days come, you're going to wish you had a husband, a strong-minded man. And the strongest are the men of this truth. Let's get another scripture. A man shall be, what is that, Isaiah 32? The strongest man is the one that knows this truth. Okay? As a matter of fact, I was just in Isaiah 32. Let's go back to it. Isaiah 32. And the second verse. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind. Now, Yahushua spoke about the wind in that parable that he taught. About the man who built his house on sand and another man built his house on rock. Now, when you read the parable, it says the winds came and the man who built his house on sand flattened his house. The winds flattened his house. But the man who built his house on rock, the winds came and could not blow down the house because it was founded upon rock. That is a parable. That is a parable, a metaphor for us that are in the truth. We're building our house upon rock. So when the winds come, and they will come, we'll be able to stand firm because we built our foundation upon this truth. So again, it says a man shall be in hiding place from the wind. So the wind, the terror storm is coming. The winds of change is coming. And the only protection you women will really have is if you have a strong-minded man in the truth. That's why it says a man shall be in hiding place for you women. In other words, protection from the wind that is coming, and a covert from the tempest and rivers of water in a dry place. Another word for tempest is storm. Now, years ago, Alex Jones put a video together called Terror Storm. When you watch that video, it talks about all the hell that's coming when the government goes into lockdown mode due to whatever crisis they're going to create. Major crisis. Okay? Something way more devastating than 9/11. It's going to force the government to go into lockdown mode. It's going to force them to go into ration mode. It's going to force them to go into New World Order mode. Okay? And it's going to greatly affect the so-called freedom of you women. It's going to greatly affect the so-called freedom of you women. You better believe it, man. A man shall be in hiding place from the wind and a covert from the tempest as rivers of water in a dry place. Meaning that man will have, well, Yahushua said, if you take on this knowledge, out of your belly, meaning your mind, shall flow rivers of living water, meaning you'll have much understanding. So in the face of all these evils, the real men of the Lord, the elect, if you will, the hopeful elect, will have rivers of understanding. And again, as it is written, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times. So that'll be the highest value male there is. A man that knows what is happening according to Bible prophecy. Okay? So that's what is meant by a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, as a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place. The dry place are going to be all those people running around in total darkness, total ignorance, not knowing what the hell is going on. As the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. It's about to get pretty damn weary out here. Again, the phone had to chime. Let's get back to the video.
His place, we're not equal. He's stronger than me.
That's right. That's right. That's what you women got to learn. Okay? Now she's getting the picture. But of course she's being facetious because she's filled with pride. But that's okay. Because that pride is going to be broken. When all hell breaks loose, that pride that she has, that's going to be broken in two. Okay? That's the reality, man. Let's move on.
It is. Go look at Bear Grylls Island season 2.
She ain't going to go look at it. First of all, she has to have some kind of intelligence to understand what would happen in that show, Bear Grylls Island.
Women on a deserted island and gave them some basic tools.
Now, you know, as I was watching that, another example Wow, that phone is chiming like crazy, huh? Another example that came to my mind was the movie Swept Away. The original one was done in Italian. Okay, I forgot the Italian name for the movie. It starred, it was mostly Italian actors, and it pretty much showed you what happened when the man and woman were trapped on a deserted island, and it showed you how the man just manned up. You know, he even built shelter for himself on the island. He was able to fish. He was able to take care of himself. But the woman, right, she didn't know what to do. And the thing is, when you watch the movie, the woman she was proud. Well, you know, in reality, she was married, and she lived a pampered lifestyle. And the man that was trapped on the island with her, she looked down on him. He was a servant on the boat. All you got to do is watch the movie. He was a servant on the boat that got stranded, you know, and they ended up on that island. So the man was a mere servant. But she was a pampered woman. She lived a very pampered lifestyle. She was kind of like an aristocrat, if you will. And the man was a peasant. So at first she was looking at him, this peasant. Even while they're on the island, maybe the first 2 days or whatever. But as the duration of the time was spent on the island, more and more, right? More and more, she kept needing the man to help her out. You know, and he was mean to her, boy. He got, put it this way, he got his pound of flesh, okay? Go check the movie out, man. Swept Away, all right? Let's move on.
And they had to survive for 6 weeks. By the end of day one, the women had gotten lost and were fractured. By the end of day one, men got from one side of the island and started building out a shelter. By the end of 6 weeks, the men had damn near made the internet. By the end of 6 weeks, women almost...
She's not even listening. I mean, he's at this point, what he's laying upon her is way above her mental level.
I died 4 times.
Let me ask you something, Kevin. You want what you're trying to preach to women about being submissive, playing their place to men, and doing all these things.
Now, this same woman will tell you she's a Bible-fearing Christian. She goes to church and all that nonsense. But what she just said is in the scriptures. A woman is supposed to usurp authority underneath the man, okay, as it is written. But once again, these women are proud, man. That's why I tell you, the great equalizing is coming, man. When all hell breaks loose, it's going to break their pride in two. Just like that movie Swept Away. That woman was super proud. But when they were stranded on the island, all that adversity that came their way broke that woman's pride in two. Okay? They clearly show you that in the movie. And I think the movie was made back in the 70s.
Those things to our men. They give us their ass to kiss. Men feel like...
Excuse me, what does that mean?
And you should be kissing the ass of a man. You should be bowing down while you kiss it too.
I feel like growing...
You're going to find out us men, we're the superstars. The Lord said it'll make a man more precious than fine gold. I know they're going to take this video down, so you brothers should, as soon as you watch it, you should hurry up and record it. All right, because they're going to take this video down, definitely. It is right here. But I got to say it, man. Isaiah 13:12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. So a man is going to be more precious than fine gold. And you better believe it, man. You women are going to bow down and kiss our ass. Okay?
Seeing my grandfather, seeing my daddy pay all the bills, do everything in their power to make sure the home is kept well, they still went out and did bullshit.
And then, you know, they're going to go into this conversation of the man cheated. That's what she meant by he still went out and did bullshit. First of all, there's no such thing as cheating. The only way a man could cheat is if he has sex with another woman that's married to another man. It's called adultery. But outside of that, a man can have more than one woman. There's no such thing as cheating. As a matter of fact, all our forefathers had more than one woman. Abraham had more than one woman. Okay? Isaac had more than one woman. Jacob had more than one woman. Let's get Isaiah, the 4th chapter, the first. That's another thing you women are going to learn. That us men, we're the prize, and we can have more than one woman. As the old saying goes, variety is the spice of life. We can have, you women were created for us. We weren't created for you. Okay? I'll get that next. Isaiah 4:1. And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man. There you go, 7 women. And when it says 7, it means much more than 7 women. All right, it's just a number. 7 represents completion. So it could be an innumerable amount of women. There's a scripture in Isaiah, the same book, where it says a man shall bring forth a nation. How the hell can a man bring forth a nation of children with just one woman? That shows you right there that a man is going to have more than one woman. He's going to have plenty women, as many as he can handle. Okay? And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. That's that same day of trouble I was telling you about. When all hell breaks loose, these women are going to be running down a man of the Lord, and they're going to be only too happy to get with him, even though he has more than one woman. That's what we just read right there, Isaiah 4:1. Now let's get 1 Corinthians, what is that? 1 Corinthians, the 11th chapter. These are hardcore facts that I'm bringing to you because we're in that time, man. Another thing that feminism has taught you is that the man was created for you women. The man should idolize you, pedestalize you. No, you got that thing backwards, okay? You should pedestalize the man, okay? You should idolize the man. That's your job, okay? 1 Corinthians 11:8. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Right. You came out of us, okay? Because we carry the seed. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. And feminism has destroyed that mindset, that biblical mindset, from the minds of you women. Feminism, the great lie that the serpent told you, going back to Eve, has destroyed that simple truth that you were created for us. We weren't created for you. We were created to worship Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You were created to worship us. Okay? That's the divine order. And it's going to come back. It's going to come back. Let's go.
Over their wives. Now hold on. Let me stop you right here. First off, stay in your damn place.
See, the thing with Kevin Samuels is he doesn't know the truth, the 100% truth. He knows some truths. Like he tries to push it. Well, not try. He pushes this marriage crap by the state. That's crap. You don't have to get married by the state. Marriage goes according to the scriptures. When a man and woman lays down and have sex, they are married according to the scriptures. The state has nothing to do with it. But see, Kevin in his ignorance pushes the marriage of the state, which is probably one of the reasons why his channel haven't been totally taken down. Because the wicked, the powers that be, which are the wicked, they look at his platform and they say, well, we'll still allow him to teach what he's teaching because some of what he's teaching benefits us, as in the state. He puts that erroneous idea in the minds of men that they should get married according to the state to these women. So now maybe Kevin knows about it, maybe he doesn't. Sometimes I'll see him do the Vesica Pisces. I'll see him do the upside down triangle, which lets me know he might be connected. He might be an insider. Maybe not. Okay? But anyway, us here at Great Millstone, begin Elder Apostle down, we're here to bring out the 100% truth. So the truth is going to get out there regardless. Okay, let's go on.
Child, that ain't your motherfucking business.
But I'm grown now.
But ain't your business.
Oh, you still you worse than a child. Grown. That's another thing we do. I'm grown now. So, come on, man. If you were grown, you'd be able to understand what the man is saying to you. That's a sign of a grown woman. All right? One that's moved out of the land of fantasy and jumped into the land of reality. That's a grown woman. That's a woman with a grown mind state. Okay, the majority of women, you have a mind state of a little child. Worse than a little child.
Stop. Breathe. No, I will shut this shit down. I will shut this shit down.
Total disrespect.
It's not your place. You as a child trying to judge adult situations. Did your mama leave? Did your grandmama leave?
Yes, my mother left. My grandmother didn't leave.
Well, your mama left.
Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Said all I need to say, because I can't take much more of this. But there's a part in this video, if you watch this video, there's a part where she gets up to go and make herself a drink because the truth was drop kicking her upside the head, and she had to get up and Well, she made like she was going to get up and go get a drink, and Kevin said, "Where the hell are you going? I'm talking to you, woman. Where are you going?" Then you know, she tried to get back in order, and then Kevin goes, "If I was a white man, you wouldn't have did that shit." I said, "Whoa!" Hey man, we're in a time where Yahweh Shemi Ashai is taking the pride off you women. Not only is Esau being exposed as the wicked, you women are being exposed too, especially you so-called black women. And on that note, you brothers, I'm telling you, you better just download this video. Download it quick, because they're going to take this video off. I know they're going to take it off.